Yes, and he's not hanging about. He doesn't queue up for ages. He just gets down, sights it, and fires.
28. $35.
Well, this will be concerning for Neil
26.
Robertson. One thing he doesn't want to do is watch his opponent knocking in big breaks, settling into the match. Although not ideal on the next red this time. In fact,
40.
he may have to take the other red with the long rest.
It's interesting, Ronnie O'Sullivan said last night after the Lucas Kleckers match that went 2-0 up, Ronnie, and Lucas Kleckers hadn't potted a ball, and O'Sullivan said he looked like he wasn't going to make a 30 break. So he said, I went for one that maybe I shouldn't have. He made a 137. He said, lesson learned. Meanwhile, that's a disappointing miss for Billy Castle, just as he was going well.
Yes, very disappointing, and that's simply because of the last shot where he didn't leave himself nicely on this red. And I said he should have took the long rest out, just dropped the red in, he'd have finished up. Good position on the black. Didn't have to do anything with the cue ball then. Had a little bit of luck by covering the black. Not sure if the black will go.
One.
Yeah, just not enough side on the cue ball. I think he's a little straight on the pink.
Sure. 7.
Yes, and again, just got a little bit too much side on the cue ball. Wanted to be on the red, just to the right of the pink. Yeah, look at the side, he just caught the middle pocket bump. Things are a little awkward at the moment. The pink doesn't go into the right corner. Difficult to get onto it into the left corner. Won't go to the middles. So it's tied up until he removes one of those reds. Well, certainly got hold of that one. Now,
10.
does the black go? Makes a big difference if the black goes.
$11.
Yes, the ball's nicely situated, but the colours not in a good place.
$13. $14.
Well, he could have played for the black last time round. Now the pink will go into that right corner, so he may take the red that's blocking the pink going into the left middle. And then he can play the pink, and then he's in business. The black going onto the blue spot,
21.
frees everything.
Yes, it was all going so well, wasn't it, for Billy Castle? He was looking settled when he was in. But then, he missed this.
Yeah, it was a risky shot to take on because there was no guarantee of position. If it had got the long rest out, he was guaranteed.
$29.
He'll be pinning all his hopes on the blue, on the green, sorry.
30. $36. $37.
Well, I think he played for the black there, but a little too hard for the pink, not hard enough for the black. Just got to be careful not to snooker himself here. And he's okay.
43. $44. Neil Robertson, 44.
What a let-off. Neil Robertson missing that easy pink to the middle, but it was the shot previously. I was surprised that he played for the pink off that last red. Could have screwed the cue ball up towards the black. Too hard, he's nicely on the yellow. Chose to run the red in. And now it's back in the hands of Billy Castle. Not an easy green. Tried to remove it rather than drop in behind it.
So he leads by 6 points on this green, a rather dramatic opening frame then. Both had a chance already. Robertson missing that pink.
Billy Castle, 2.
Well, what has he played there? And he's very, very fortunate for the green to have gone to the cushion. I have no idea what he played there.
He's sort of rather sheepishly gone back to his chair and just held his hand up by way of apology.
Well, he missed the pink. He played that strange shot there on the green. He's feeling it all right. He needs this frame, Neil Robertson. might be forced into taking this green on here. Didn't play it well. Now he could play the snooker here, send the green down towards the yellow pocket, leave the cue ball in behind the black. He could go for the pot. He could clip the green thin, send it to the left side cushion, in behind the black spot. Cue ball in behind the green, the blue. There's a lot of shots that he could play here. Didn't want to risk the snooker. And that's not a good safety. It needs to keep running. Now, is it cuttable? Now played the snooker and played it well. That's a good snooker. This is very tough to hit and get safe. Where's that cue ball going to finish? Because he didn't give it much consideration.
Foul in the miss.
What was going to happen to the cue ball if he missed it? Now can Neil Robertson be tempted by this green? Great pot. He's a little heavy though.
3.
A little too heavy. Now he could go to pop the brown into the middle pocket, bring the cue ball in behind the blue. With some insurance, he'd be on the blue if it went in. Well, he played the safety.
Neil Robertson 3.
But this brown is potable. Well, again, it could go for the pot here with the insurance of the cue ball going up behind the blue. Well, it can't see it.
Foul in the miss. Really Castle 4.
Well, good job he didn't hit it, because had he hit it thin, he would have left the brown on to that left corner.
Really.
And that's what he intended to do.
Well, it's turned into a really tense opening frame. The way the ball's a position, you'd fancy whoever pots the brown will win it, but it doesn't necessarily work out that way. Robertson potted the green, didn't get on the brown.
Well, if it does go, you don't really be wanting to take these on. It does go. But I think the safety shot could be the order of the day. Yeah, don't blame him. That was all or nothing, that brown, if he takes it on. This looks good. Oh, he's just too hard. What a good attempt that was for the snooker. Yeah, he planed brown twice across the table there to get the snooker, but caught the black. And now a chance for Neil Robertson. Not an easy chance by any means, but it is cuttable to the middle. That's a good pot, and he's going to be on the blue.
4.
And he will only need the pink.
Well, Castle made the running in this frame. He was in front, Mr. Red. Robertson, Mr. Pink. But he's potted the brown, and he's 2 balls away from securing the opening frame. Oh, it struggled in. It struggled in, but it's gone in, and he's on the pink.
Nice.
He's going to be one frame up.
He's been put through this by Billy Castle.
Look at that.
But he has got the frame on the boards. It was a bit of a struggle, to say the least. 27 minutes. I think all Robertson can really take from that is the fact that he's won the frame.
What is that?
The Google Pixel 2.
Can you take a selfie just by saying take a selfie?
Yep.
Take a selfie. Take a selfie.
What happens if I snap this?
It gives you info.
What happens if I snap her?
You get a great shot.
Will it ever do this?
Nope. There's unlimited photo storage.
So I can take as many as I want?
As many as you want.
Yeah, I agree. We've seen plenty quicker this season. So he's in control of the safety at the moment. Billy Joe Castle. That red on the left side cushion just making things a little awkward for the return of safety. If he catches it just a little too thick, he could make contact with that red on the cushion. And that's why he's looking for an alternative safety. Well, that's not the best safety from Billy Castle. Chance here for Neil Robertson. Now he could try and hold for the black or come round for the blue. It's just how he feels the shot. And again, his long game is deserting him. He can't believe it. He doesn't know. Missed it by a long way, but his reaction, he's looking at something. So somebody's put him off in some way, but...
Well, Ali Carter was just coming back into the arena as he played the shot. I'm not saying that was what it was, but he did sort of smile at him. Carter lost the third frame to Zhao Guodong, and, well, he's put it this way, Q ended up on the floor, because I've just seen him pick it up again as he's walked back in. There, yeah, there's the cue, and he's just picked it up again, so suggests he wasn't too happy about losing that frame.
Well, you could be right, David, that he just came back into the arena and didn't hold back while Robertson took his shot. Certainly looked over in that direction, didn't he, Robbo?
Yes, he probably was just unlucky. He probably just emerged from the curtain just as Neil was playing the shot. It's one of those things in the multi-table setup.
Well, with the pink spot in there...
Thank you. 7.
I was about to say he may not be able to pot the red, but he couldn't pot it anyway. But he can get this one just above the black.
Seems Mark Williams has won 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 against Tom Ford. It's a pretty swift win, isn't it, for the Welshman?
15.
Only been going, well, less than an hour playing time. He's getting some good results of late, Williams, and he's another player just on that cut-off in the top 16, looking to consolidate his position for the Masters.
16.
Yes, there's another one like Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins. He's playing exceptional snooker. And I think it's just a matter of time if he keeps playing like that, where he's going to do well and win a tournament. Meanwhile, Billy Castle just getting about his work. Didn't Didn't come far enough to
25.
hold for the black, but he's the right side of the blue.
$29. $30.
Yes, it's just the wrong side of straight to be able to play for the red above the black. So I had to play for this red on the cushion.
$37.
Oh,
Billy Castle,
just
37.
didn't take enough care with that.
Yes, he was closer to the red in terms of the cue ball than Robertson was. He missed a similar one to that pocket in the last frame. Expected Castle to get that one, though. Just as he was going along so nicely as well. This has been a much closer match than if you were tuning in now, you might think. But that red stayed out.
I didn't want it to bounce that much.
Yeah.
This is now a difficult red down the cushion. Want it to be fairly straight on this red.
$8.
It makes a difference if he can reach it, but it didn't look like he could. And that one stayed out. Well, these pockets seem to be playing a bit tighter today than what they were yesterday or the day before.
Robertson, 8.
Well, again, he sort of turned round looking at the other table after that shot, whether there was something in his eye line again.
$1.
That's the setup here. Of course, it used to be there would be a partition, a wall, in effect, between each table, but things have slightly changed. It's more open plan now.
Well, this is a great chance now for Billy Castle to get a frame on the board. But he needs to go into the reds at some stage, and if he can leave an angle here,
9.
yeah, and that will do nicely. No, he can't hold back. He's got to go into them with a bit of power. Didn't catch them full enough.
$16.
Just look at this again. Missed the pink completely. $49 points behind. Looking for another chance. Well, that was a risky shot to play. He was trying to put the red to the cushion. so easily have left that red on.
Well, there you see, Castle's actually in front on total points in this match by 2, but he's 2-0 down. I think it just underlines what I was saying. It's been close, this. And he's in front in this frame by 49.
Yes, he's just having a look to see if he can drop the red into the middle pocket. But if he misses it, will he leave that red on to the left corner? Well, I think this red is potable to the left corner, the way he's played it. That cue ball should have been closer to the cushion. Just seemed to take this a little bit too casual. Missed it by a distance. Lost the cue ball. And a chance now for Robertson. Well, he doesn't know what's happening at the moment. I mean, he's looking over at the other table again.
Well, I think Zhao Guidong this time, because the frame ended, has left, but it kind of, this is what it's like in these tournaments, you know, frames end and things happen, and but it would seem that, yeah, it would seem he was in his eye line, but it seems to me you kind of notice it more when you're struggling, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's a poor shot from Billiger. Wow, what a chance now for Robertson.
One.
Well, them 3 awkward reds round the pink need some attention. The red next to the blue, not in an ideal position.
Worst thing he could have done, though, Castle, play a shot like that when Robertson visibly getting a bit annoyed with things. Well, at some stage, Zhao Guidong's going to come back into the arena. Let's hope he doesn't get in his eye line this time. Not his fault.
Nine.
Now, he might try and go into those 3 reds from the green. Doesn't need to hit them hard, he just needs to touch them. And if he missed them slowly, he'd still be on the other red.
Twelve.
I think he played for the red next to the blue there, but he's not on it. Not on it ideally, anyway. That's a good pot, though.
13.
Oh, similar scenario. Green to open the reds.
$17. $18.
Well, that's nicely on the black to play the cannon to the reds. Doesn't want to push one to the cushion, so not too hard. Now, does the red go?
25.
Body language said, well, that one doesn't, but the other one will pass the pink. Well, caught them nicely, played it at a good speed.
$26.
Trying to hold for the blue, but he's a little far.
He'd been getting a bit rattled. Concentration was affected. It seemed he was seeing other things in the arena. But then Castle put him bang in again.
Yeah, this is the shot. He played the snooker, but nowhere near hard enough. That red had to go right down the table.
32.
And now he's got to hope that Robertson misses. Well, that wasn't the best positional shot on the black, and he missed a pink like this earlier.
39.
Yeah, first frame into this middle pocket.
40.
Well, he was high again there, but managed to drop.
Well, it just shows you one shot can just turn things. It gave Robertson an immediate chance to get stuck in with a frame-winning break. And if
45.
he does take the frame out, then that man is in big trouble, 3-0 down.
47.
And as I say, it's been a close match. All three frames could have gone anyone's way, but looks like this one's gone the way of the first two. He's down to the pink here.
54. $59.
Well, in the end, Castle's error has been really costly. Gave Robertson
65.
a chance, and Robertson grabbed it with both hands. The icebreaker of the match, 65, a fine clearance to the pink. Neil Robertson now fully in control of this second round match here in Belfast. One away from victory, leading Billy Castle by 3 frames to 0.
What do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? Place one more acca and I'll qualify for Betway's free bet club.
Impossible.
I can place as many multiples as I like. I get £10 in free bets if I spend 25 quid. Well, they just do it every week.
There's so many.
I know. I can place a bet on any of these sports.
For the love of the game, Betway.
remember, after this match, maybe after this frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan takes centre stage once again. He's up against a Welsh player, Dwayne Jones. That's coming up after this match.
Cue ball's closest. We managed to stay out though. That's in his mouth time, that one. Played the double, and look where the cue ball is. Just in case he missed it, there was nothing left. Worth every chance now.
Yeah, that break in the last frame did him the power of good.
9.
In terms of his confidence. So he's got to sit out and hope that something goes wrong here.
Yeah, he must have thought that he got a good safety with the cue ball in the jaw. Neil Robertson could go into the reds here. Decided to play for that loose one in the pack and use that as a chance to open more reds.
14.
Now he could either screw this one in. Oh, well, he's playing the other one. Surprised. Could have been nicer on that red.
15.
Don't think it's hard enough. If he thinks about that shot again, cannon to brown would have been the option. If he just misses it, he can pot the red. So a let off for Billy Castle. Look at this. How's your luck? He hasn't left
Neil
anything.
Robertson, 20.
There was a look of horror on his face as that cue ball headed towards the reds, but he's got away with it.
Yes, he says sorry. A double kiss there. No. He did have a go there, but he played it too slow. That's the only problem with that. If he plays it harder, he covers it with the baulk colours.
One.
Now a chance again to open the reds up for Neil Robertson. Will he play it this time? He could play for the loose reds, one to the left corner, or right corner. And that's what he's played for, the one to the right corner.
5. Six.
Is he on this red to the left corner?
11.
Body language is saying no. No, can't see that red to pot it. So just the safety. Got to cover that red over the left corner. Well, he went for the pot and wasn't far away.
Neil Robertson, 11.
Didn't think he could see that red. So now a chance, but this is difficult to hold for the black. For some reason, that pocket's playing tight today.
It's almost like it's been filled in overnight.
One.
Not ideally on the black, but I felt he hit it too hard. Well, that's a good recovery, and he's on the red. So now he has got a good chance. It's down to him again.
8.
So Robertson in his chair. Castle's highest break today, 43. Could do with improving on that. That was in the opening frame, which of course he did end up losing. There you see Robertson made that 65 in the third frame.
So may have to go down for the blue this
60.
time. Nothing wrong with that.
$17.
Well, played a good shot to the middle to stay on the black. Didn't need to do it. But it's gone in, so he's okay. And the reds, beautiful. And
24.
overhit that by some distance.
Yeah, it's all a learning experience for Billy Castle. First season on the tour, completely different to playing amateur snooker. This is now his profession. And he's learning about match play snooker as well as he goes along.
25.
Well, this is tough. A pink to the middle, very tough. And it all stems from just a couple of shots ago when he overscrewed the black.
Yeah, it's almost like there was a sort of rush of excitement. He sort of surveyed the scene, just got a little carried away maybe.
Well, that's do or die, the blue. Massive shot, this. And that should cost him frame and match.
Billy Castle, 25.
Yeah, it was a good chance, and unfortunately for Castle, it went wrong pretty quickly, and this, as you say, had to go in. This blue, he knew had to go in, big pressure on it. As I say, it's a learning curve for him. The players, new players now do get more support than they used to. In terms of advice and
1.
what they have to do. Meanwhile, if Robertson does win, then you can put your questions to him on Twitter using the hashtag HomeNations. He'll be in the studio with Colin and Neil. Yeah, Jason Ferguson, the WPUSA chairman, has made sure that players get more advice about what it means to be a pro snooker player. It used to be you were just told where to go and start playing, but so much pressure and so many things to consider that maybe you don't consider as you start your career. Neil Robertson dropped off after a couple of seasons. He was only 16 when he turned pro and was very raw then and dropped off, went back to Australia. Thankfully, came back again. But he's missed that one.
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? And has he got position? Because he missed in the last frame
Robertson, 1.
and didn't get position. That's a good pot. And that's a good kiss. And what a chance now for Billy Castle. This is the green. He was at full stretch with his extension on the cue.
I can tell you that Zhao Guidong has beaten Ali Carter on table 2, 4-1. So it's a great win for Zhao. Got to the second round of the World Championship at the end of last season. And he's into the third round here in Belfast. Well, I'm sure this is a chance he was not expecting to get, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. But straight away, you know, he's potted the pink and he's screwed across the table and he's in an awkward position on this red. And that's in just one shot. Played the cannon to the red and it's worked out nicely. Now keep that cue ball under control. Make all the shots easy. And it's hard to control the adrenaline sometimes, I know. But sometimes you just have to play a little slower.
40.
Again, that's not ideal from such an easy pink. Not ideal on the green. Not sure if you can see the black. Yeah, good shot. Good recovery shot. Make sure of being on the pink. And he could have done that by playing for it to the middle pocket. And that's why I said make sure of being on it. He was trying to make it easy for himself to the corner, but now he's left it awkward. Difficult to play for the red if he pots the pink. Looking at the green. Well, it was very, very close.
Billy Castle, 19.
He's thrown a golden chance away there. 2 golden chances, really, in this frame. And not being able to control the cue ball. I mean, to be fair to him, he probably doesn't play on these type of tables a lot. So pinning his hopes on the yellow to green. Well, if he needs the rest here, this is a difficult shot.
7.
If he can reach it, it's slightly easier, but still difficult. That's a good pot. Nicely round for the green.
9.
And that should be the winning shot.
Yeah, this is a classy shot, isn't it? He was just stretching a little bit, but controlled it superbly. I think he would be the first to accept he's going to have to improve in a few areas.
12.
Pot success is still only 85%. And long potting, Robertson, this is down at 17, but it's ultimately about getting through. He'll have played matches where he's played out of his skin and lost. Just building himself into the tournament, looking for a long run. Still needs down to the pink.
$16.
Well, this isn't a gimme, is it? This is tough. It's there, if it's hard enough.
21.
Well, Billy Castle had a great chance, didn't he, in this fourth frame? He's had chances in every frame, in truth. But every frame has gone to Neil Robertson. I'm sure he'll feel that there are areas he needs to work on, but the main thing is he is through to the third round of the Northern Ireland Open. There were chances on both sides all the way through that match, but he's happy enough to put himself into the last 32. The Australian wins 4-0. Neil Robertson then, king of the castle.
Yeah, absolutely. The last 32 for Neil Robertson. Another straightforward scoreline, maybe not as straightforward a match, which we'll talk about. Never felt in doubt, though. A few key moments to swing tight frames. As long as he doesn't stay up to 5 a.m. watching the Ashes, it could be the Thunder's week. We'll speak to him next.